So America has always been a nation that believes in the power of prayer. And we will never apologize for our faith, ever, ever, never, never. We will never surrender our God-given rights. We will defend our liberties, our values, our sovereignty, and we will defend our freedom. And with the help of amazing faith communities across the land, so many are represented with us today, we will truly make this the golden age of America.
I can't listen to him without laughing because, like, what is he even talking about? Like, what is he saying? That was our well-known godly man, President Donald Trump, pandering to the religious right just by like all kinds of word vomit. And he was talking at the Museum of the Bible yesterday, which I didn't know was a thing. So he has allowed, we have let him pretend to be this religious person in front of his own supporters. They uphold him as like, he's going to bring about the second coming of Jesus. He's not Jesus, but he's helping Jesus to get here, I guess. But now he wants to blur the lines that separate church and state even further by calling on Americans to pray weekly ahead of the 250th anniversary of the country. And the White House has released their guidelines as to how we as Americans can do that, how we can pray for our country. They have guidelines. Here's the ask. What if 1 million Americans dedicated 1 hour a week to praying for our country and our people? The invitation, will you join with at least 10 people to meet each week for 1 hour to pray for America? And as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, this is an opportunity to rededicate ourselves to the principles that gave birth to this land of liberty. As George Washington famously said in his farewell address, of all the dispositions and habits which lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable supports. In vain would that man claim the tribute of patriotism who should labor to subvert these great pillars of human happiness, these firmest props of the duties of men and citizens. So all of that said, you know that we can't do a Trump religion story without reminding you of the things that Trump has previously said about religion. Take a look.
I hear this is a major theme right here, but 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17, that's the whole ball game.
I'm wondering what 1 or 2 of your most favored Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into.
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
But Easter Sunday, Palm Sunday, I'm going to be watching tomorrow live from Riverside, California, great church. But I'm going to be watching on a computer. Right? On a laptop. I think on Easter, maybe I'll be watching from a laptop as opposed. So how sad is it that we have Easter Palm and Easter Sunday and people are watching on laptops and computers? It's sad.
Oh my God, like what is he talking about? So this man, he wants Americans to pray collectively as like a thing that we do. He wants this to be a thing that Americans get together and do. And I guess it will help something. I don't know what. Is this a way, Jackson, for him to, is he trying to reaffirm the fact that he is here because he is Jesus's imperfect vessel? Or is this just a way to like keep his people busy and occupied and just remind them that this is the land of the free as he systematically takes our freedoms away? What is this?
Well, I don't think that Donald Trump would ever pass up a good opportunity to be Jesus. So he's definitely that, you know what I'm saying? He's the second coming. Jesus ain't coming back. Trump came back for him. So we got that going on. But also, I mean, it's just fodder for that evangelical base. I guess God's having like a competition of like which country can pray the most. So it's like we get 1 million people to pray every week, and then that'll like drown out the Hindu chants. And then like, you know, it'll be like a meter. And then, you know, like when you're at a carnival and you hit the hammer, it's that type of deal so that those prayers get up to Jesus first. Obviously, this makes no sense, but yeah, I mean, Donald Trump, he was talking about 1 and 2 Corinthians, which I think pretty much anybody has heard at least, whether or not you read it, but you would kind of get that there's 1 John, like a first and a second. He says 2 Corinthians. That dude was going over something and said 2 Corinthians. Like, I mean, what that says to me is that he knows nothing whatsoever about it. They were like, what's your favorite Bible verse? Like, you couldn't have just said like, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I like that verse because it's about the all powerful. Like, you didn't have anything to say like whatsoever. And yet evangelicals love this dude. It's like we talked about in the non-member section. How this man is the complete opposite of everything that these people think he is astounding. And I'm really excited to see how history talks about this. Give it 10, 20, 30 years. It's gonna be like, what the hell were these people doing?
Yeah, I mean, like his rhetoric on the Bible is always funny to me. I thought 2 Corinthians sounded weird, so I'm glad that you said something. I was like, is that how people talk about it or how they refer to it? I don't go to church, so I was like, maybe, but like it is weird. And I always say, I'm not a Christian, I never have been, but I feel like I've read more of the Bible than a lot of these Christians have, definitely more than Donald Trump has, because like he obviously hasn't read any of the Bible. If somebody asked you, what is your favorite Bible verse? There's so many stories in the Bible, and you don't even have to be a religious person to know any of those stories. You just have to have lived in the United States your whole life, what Donald Trump has. So many stories. Right. There's a story of onanism. I know that's in Genesis. So, you don't even have to read that far to get to that point. There's so many stories to choose from in the Bible. Like Donald Trump has never even been to a day of Sunday school, it seems. He's never even seen Veggie Tales. Like that would have just given him something to say to these people, but he gives them literally nothing, and they keep insisting, you are the one who will guide us back to the light of Jesus. Thank you so much for being here, Donald Trump.
If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here. So thank you in advance for joining.